Vandeham Shri Guru Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurum
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome back to the 58th episode of Paripraśna. So, in the previous episode, we discussed chapter number 8 of Canto 4 of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Dhruva Maharaja left home. And in today's episode, we are going to cover chapter 9, where Dhruva Maharaja is going to return home. And what a beautiful transformation between the previous episode and this one. Because when Dhruva Maharaja left home, he left with anger and ambition. He was angered and he was hurt by the piercing, harsh words of his stepmother Suruchi. But however, he got this expert guidance from Narada Muni, and even before that, he was given the spiritual wisdom from his glorious mother Suniti. So we saw in the end, that the end of 8th chapter, where Dhruva Maharaj for 6 months he performed such intense austerity, following this Ashtanga Yoga process, devotional process, to the extent that the Devas, the demigods, had to go to the Supreme Lord and then request him to intervene because the entire universal breathing had stopped. There was so much of suffocation. So the Lord assured them that he was going to take care of it. It is because of Dhruva Maharaja's intense tapasya. So that is where we had stopped. And in this beautiful chapter, chapter number 9, we are going to see Dhruva Maharaja's heartfelt prayers, the Lord's extraordinary benedictions, and how Dhruva is going to repent, and then after that, his glorious homecoming. And as always, in order to gain both Jnana and Vijnana, we have His Holiness Bhakti Padma Saurabh Pracharak Swami Maharaj to help us hold us hand and take us through this amazing chapter so we can pick up all the wonderful lessons and gems of wisdom. So without further ado, let's go ahead and inquire and learn from His Holiness Bhakti Padma Saurabh Pracharak Swami Maharaj. Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat.
So Maharaj, here we see the very first shloka of chapter number 9 starts by Maitreya Rishi speaking. So he's saying, Maitreya Uvacha Ta evam utsanna bhaya urukrame kritavanama prayayustri vishtapam sahasra shirshapi tato garutmata madhorvanam britya didrikshaya gataha. The great sage Maitreya told Vidura, when the demigods were thus reassured by the personality of Godhead, they were freed from all fears, and after offering their obeisances, they returned to their heavenly planets. Then the Lord, who is non-different from the Sahasra Shirsha incarnation, got on the back of Garuda, who carried him to the Madhuvana forest to see his servant Dhruva. So Maharaj, here it is said, the Lord who is non-different from the Sahasra Shirsha incarnation. So who is this incarnation, Maharaj? Sahasra Shirsha incarnation, who is about to come and see Dhruva Maharaj now?
So we know that he is Garbhodaksha Vishnu because Purusha Sukta talks about Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Sahasra Sirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sabhumim Vishwato Vrittva Atyatishta Dashangulam Purusha Evedam Sarvam Nidbhutam Mitchabhavyam. So this Sukta, Purusha Sukta, addresses Garbhodaksha Vishnu. And he is also known as Prishnigarbha. Prishnigarbha, one who has appeared from the womb of Prishni, Sutapa and Prishni. So that is a form of the Lord which appeared in front of Dhruva Maharaj in Madhuvana.
Okay. Yeah. So moving on to the next verse. The form of the Lord, which was brilliant like lightning, and in which Dhruva Maharaja, in his mature yogic process, was fully absorbed in meditation, all of a sudden disappeared. Thus Dhruva was perturbed and his meditation broke. But as soon as he opened his eyes, he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally present, just as he had been seeing the Lord in his heart. So Maharaj, we see here that Dhruva Maharaj first saw the Lord within his heart, and now he is seeing the Lord face to face. So just recently, during the entire Kartik month, the whole month we were meditating on Damodara Ashtakam written by the great Satyavrata Muni. So there he also, first he prays to the Lord that he wants to see this beautiful face of Lord Krishna, the Balagopala, within his heart. And then his prayer becomes even more intense. He says, not just in my heart, I want to see you face to face. So is this like a hierarchical gradation that seeing the Lord face to face is superior than seeing the Lord within the heart?
Yes, first the Lord appears in the heart and gives darshan to the devotee within the heart. And after giving darshan to the devotee within the heart, which is known as Purti Darshan, and then immediately he manifests the darshan so that the devotee becomes Vyakula. Vyakula means becomes very agitated, very aggrieved, and becomes very desperate to have darshan. Until unless there is desperation to have darshan of Krishna, Krishna doesn't manifest himself in front of the devotee. Even with Narada, same thing happened. And Narada, after his mother's death, he went towards the north, and then when he drank water, and then he sat in one place, he was sleeping, closed his eyes. Then Krishna gave him darshan. Just for a millisecond, just like a lightning. Then Narada became desperate to have the vision again, but he could not. He tried his best and started crying. Then the Lord told in a divine voice that, yes, in the next life you'll have a spiritual body. In this way, his lamentation reduced. So lamenting for Krishna, that is the way we can have darshan of Krishna. So lamentation, like a person who has lost treasure, who has got treasure, all of a sudden he lost it, and he laments for it. So in the same way, Krishna is a real treasure here. And Dhruva Maharaj, he also was lamenting, oh, I want to have darshan of Krishna again. So in this way, Dhruva Maharaj was meditating. And though Krishna would come in front of him, Dhruva Maharaj would not look at him because he's meditating with closed eyes. So Krishna entered his heart, and then he attracted the attention of Dhruva Maharaj in his heart. Immediately he had manifested himself. So he started lamenting. In this way, Dhruva Maharaj's meditation on the super soul was broken. Then in his lamentation, he saw, where is my Lord? Where is my Lord? And he opened his eyes. Then the same Lord which he had darshan of internally, he saw him externally too.
So, and then once he opens his eyes and he sees the Lord, he falls like a rod. I'll just read the exact translation. So when Dhruva Maharaja saw his Lord just in front of him, he was greatly agitated and offered him obeisances and respect. He fell flat before him like a rod and became absorbed in love of Godhead. Dhruva Maharaja, in ecstasy, looked upon the Lord as if he were drinking the Lord with his eyes, kissing the lotus feet of the Lord with his mouth, and embracing the Lord with his arms. In the next shloka, shloka number 4, Satam vivakshantamattadvidam harir ज्ञात्वास्य सर्वस्य च हृद्यवस्थितः कृताञ्जलिं ब्रह्ममयेन कम्बुना पस्पर्शबालं कृपया कपोले. Although Dhruva Maharaja was a small boy, he wanted to offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in suitable language. But because he was inexperienced, he could not adjust himself immediately. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being situated in everyone's heart, could understand Dhruva Maharaja's awkward position. Out of his costless mercy, he touched his conch shell to the forehead of Dhruva Maharaj, who stood before him with folded hands. So, Maharaj, this aspect of the Lord being able to understand everything that's going on in the heart of the devotee and whatever it is they want to express, and specifically this act of the Lord where he's touching the conch shell on the forehead of Dhruva Maharaj, what does this signify? His empowerment.
When Dhruva Maharaj paid obeisances to Krishna, he saw Krishna and he was drinking the sweetness of Krishna's beauty. And immediately he paid obeisances, like Dandavat Pranam he did.
Mhm.
And then he saw the lotus feet of Krishna. The lotus feet of Krishna was also very sweet. And he was drinking the sweetness of the lotus feet of Krishna by kissing. Though he was paying visions, he was actually kissing the feet of Krishna. And then he caught hold of the lotus feet of Krishna with his fingers, and then he was embracing the Psalms. So the whole body was trembling in bliss because totally confused in what to do in bliss. He was sambrama, he was experiencing that sambrama. So then Dhruva Maharaj, he wanted to speak, he wanted to glorify Krishna. So, but at the same time, he could not express because he was a small kid and he was not trained in any Sanskrit and nothing, he had no words. So, when Krishna saw that Dhruva Maharaj wants to glorify him, what did he do? Parasparabalam kripaya kapole sparsha balam sparsha balam kripaya kapole. So he touched the forehead with the conch shell. And what is that conch shell? That conch shell is known as Brahmamayena. Kritanjalin Brahmamayena Kambuna. Brahmamayena. The conch shell is nothing but the personification of Veda. Whole Veda is represented as conch shell.
Mhm.
So when you hear the conch shell, then it is actually as good as hearing the Veda.
Yeah.
So Vedic knowledge manifested in the heart of Dhruva Maharaj. So he had gained all the knowledge of the understanding of Supreme Lord, the distinction between the Supreme Lord and the living entity, how the living entity is servant of the Supreme Lord. The whole Vedic knowledge was revealed within the heart of Dhruva Maharaj.
Mhm. So, Maharaj, catching on to that point, you said the whole Vedic knowledge was revealed unto the heart of Dhruva Maharaj. So, how much of it is our effort? So, no doubt, Dhruva Maharaj, 6 months, he put so much of effort. I mean, such intense austerity on the part of a 5-year-old boy. And here, just one touch of conch shell from the Lord, it's the descending process. Everything is downloaded into his heart. So in our life also, this Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam, Krishna gives the intelligence and whatever other capabilities we need. So where is this balance, the symphony between our effort and Krishna's grace and this whole descending process coming on to us?
Yes, Dhruva, he was very determined. So when he was determined, not by his prayasa that he got it, it is by Krishna's mercy. Krishna can give mercy to anyone, anybody and everyone.
Mhm.
So it is not necessary that you have to do prayasa to get mercy of Krishna. But the process is to do prayasa. Our prayasa is not the only thing which can which can give us success. It is Krishna's mercy that is most important. Just because we have done prayasa, Krishna cannot be controlled by our prayasa. Krishna is free, swarat. He is totally free to whom he should give mercy, when he should give mercy, when he will not give mercy, how much he will give, when he is going to give, when he is going to withdraw. So one should be totally surrendered and continue the process. Then Krishna, whatever he wants, whenever he wants, to whatever extent he wants, he can reveal himself, the Vedic knowledge to all of us. So mercy is unconditional. It is ahetuki. It is not dependent on our prayasa. It is totally free. Krishna is totally free. According to his free will, he does it.
Is there anything that we can do in terms of not just the prayasa, but the mood behind the prayasa or something like that that can expedite the process of Krishna's mercy coming our way?
No, nothing. It is only determination, that's all.
Okay.
Continue. Krishna is not bound.
Mhm.
He cannot be bound by your by our prayasa.
Mm. Okay. So next what we see in the section verses 6 to 17 are the amazing prayers offered by Dhruva Maharaja. So we'll start from the 6th verse. Dhruva uvacha yontah pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam sanjeevayatya kila shaktidhara swadhamnam anyanscha hastacharana shravanatvagadim pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. Dhruva Maharaja said, "My dear Lord, you are all powerful. After entering within me, you have enlivened all my sleeping senses, my hands, legs, ears, touch sensation, life force, and especially my power of speech. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto you." So, Maharaj, when he says, "You have enlivened all my sleeping senses," what does he mean?
When Dhruva Maharaj wanted to glorify Krishna, he could not glorify himself. That is why he starts his prayers saying that Mama Vacham Prasuptam, my Vacha, my senses, especially the sense of speech, was Prasuptam, was sleeping. Now, all the senses which were sleeping, you may say, no, it were acting. Dhruva Maharaj did so much of tapasya.
Yes.
They were acting.
Yeah.
And he even spoke to Narada, "Who
Correct.
are you? You want to give me what I desire? Well and good. Otherwise, get lost." He told that.
Yes.
So he was speaking. So senses being active means senses which are engaged in service of Krishna.
Hmm.
When the senses become inclined towards the Lord, then only it is called. Then only they are alive. So
Okay.
spiritually active senses are the only senses which are alive. Otherwise, they are dead.
Hmm.
The body which is performing devotion, that body is alive. Otherwise, it is dead only. It is said, Mandanam apranasi devasya, bhakti nasya, bhagavad bhakti nasya. If somebody is not doing bhagavad bhakti, then the body, it is a dead body moving.
Hmm.
So Dhruva Maharaj experienced that thing. All the senses became spiritually active. They became inclined to Krishna. So that is why he says that their dead senses became active.
Hmm.
And then he saw it is because of the mercy of the Lord that I am able to speak and glorify Krishna. So he expresses his astonishment. "Oh Lord, it is by your mercy that I am able to speak now. I am able to glorify now.
Hmm.
Now I am your servant. So I am going to describe your qualities, your activities."
Hmm.
The speech, the capacity to speech was actually dead.
Hmm.
Now you have activated it. The speech was just, all the senses were engrossed only in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. And it is because of your mercy that this body is now able to engage in serving you, especially the speech, which going to engage in serving you.
Hmm.
So Guru Maharaj's body had become totally spiritualized. And that is why he was able to see Krishna directly. Like you spoke about, Sakshat Darshan can only happen when there is a spiritual body.
Hmm.
Material eyes cannot see the spiritual form of the Lord.
Hmm.
So Krishna, first he gives Spurti Darshan within the heart. Sakshat Darshan is only possible when there is spiritualized body. So that is how Sakshat Darshan is superior to Manasika Darshan.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So Maharaj, here the Lord touched and his spirit, his sleeping senses were enlivened, and now he's able to offer prayers, and all the other senses are also activated. So in our life also, to the extent that we are engaging our senses in the service of Krishna and Guru. So how much is it our own free will that we want to engage our senses, and how much, just like in Dhruva's case, the Lord empowering him, we have to see that it is only by the grace of Krishna and Guru that I'm actually able to engage in the service of the Lord.
We engage in service of Krishna by our endeavor so that we get the mercy of Krishna, by which our senses becomes a spiritual. Now we are dovetailing, but over a period of time, when we receive the mercy of Krishna, or to the extent we receive the mercy of Krishna, our senses become spiritualized. So initially it is sadhana. By the time we reach Bhava Bhakti, that is the time when the senses become spiritualized. There is no tinge of matter. So here also we find initially Dhruva Maharaj had material senses. And he says, Mama Vacha Mimam Prasuptam. Mama Vacha, my senses, or Vacha Shakti, Imam. Imam means now they have become something different. That means they are changed. The senses have changed. Earlier I had material senses, now it is spiritual. So the distinction. That happens only when Krishna infuses the entire body with his spiritual potency. So initially it is endeavor, sadhana, and then it is bhava. When the bhava manifests, there is no question of any obstructions in our service to Krishna.
So Maharaj, not just Dhruva Maharaja's prayers. So when we see there are so many other prayers in Bhagavatam. So I recollect somewhere you say, I'm paraphrasing, I'm not telling exactly the way you had put it, but each prayer has its own flavor. There is something unique about each prayer. So that is on one side. But however, when we go through the prayers, it sounds very similar. The way it is described, the Lord, you are great, you are super soul, you are the source of all the energy. So like here, Dhruva Maharaj is also saying in the 7th verse, my Lord, you are the supreme one, but by your different energies, you appear differently in the spiritual and material worlds. You create the total energy of the material world by your external potency, and after creation, you enter within the material world as the super soul. You are the supreme person, and through the temporary modes of material nature, you create varieties of manifestation, just as fire entering into wood of different shapes burns brilliantly in different varieties. So, in what ways are these various prayers similar, and in what ways are they different?
They are similar because they're all Krishna conscious. They're addressing one person, Krishna. And they are different in rasa. Chintantopi abhedastu means there is no difference in Siddhanta in the sense that they are all glorifying Krishna. But there is rasa. Like for example, here, who is glorified here is Prishni Garbha, Sarasa Sirsha. And somewhere else, somebody else is glorified, or some other form of Krishna is glorified. So there is a different rasa, like Kunti Devi, when she is glorifying Krishna, she is glorifying in a different mood. She may use the same words, but there is a difference. Or to give you a small example, like the gopis, when they address Krishna as Paramatma, they address Krishna as Paramatma. And Brahma would also address Krishna as Paramatma. But there is a difference. What is the difference? The difference is when Brahma addresses Krishna as Paramatma, he is saying that, oh Lord, you are the personality who is the Atma for this world. Without you, none of the things in this world will manifest. And even though they manifest, they act only when you enter into it. So please enter into every element, so that all those things which have been created, they function. Water flows, the fire burns. So all these things should happen. So Brahma is addressing Krishna as Paramatma. Now we have gopis addressing Krishna as Paramatma. Tvameva Paramatmanam. So when the gopis address Krishna as Paramatma, they have a different idea altogether. Parama Atma. Atma means love or lover. Parama means one. Para means superior. Ma means no. Krishna is you are our lover, and nobody is a superior lover than you. You are the beloved object. So just see, what to speak of even the powers, even just the words have different meaning when they are addressed by different people. Govinda, Keshava. Now, when the word Keshava has been used, Ka Ishava means one who keeps Brahma and Shiva under his control, or one who is glorified Brahma and Lord Shiva. But when it is applied to the gopis, the same Keshava means one who dresses, one who arranges combs the hair of Radharani, Keshava. So just see, you have one word has got different meanings depending on the rasa.
Mhm.
So it is because of rasa, Krishna takes different forms.
Okay.
Rasa means different moods. So esha stitihi, rasaha eva esha stitihi. Every devotee has a particular rasa for Krishna. And depending on the rasa which the devotee has Krishna, the same words take different meanings. The same words take different, same prayers have different modes.
Mm.
So though they may mean they have made same format, look the same, but they are different. Even what to speak of these prayers, the prayers by Shruti Stuti Vyakhya.
Mhm.
Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur gives two meanings to every verse of the Shruti Stuti Vyakhya, which is found in the end of the 10th canto Bhagavatam. The prayers of the Vedas personified, very complicated.
Okay.
They're not easy to understand, very complicated.
Mhm.
So these Shruti Stuti prayers, the prayers of the personified Vedas.
Mhm.
One is deeply philosophical, refuting all the six systems of philosophy, establishing Vedanta. Just imagine, Upanishads, they are speaking the essence that too in the Bhagavatam. Now it has got another meaning also. It talks about the deep pastimes of Krishna, the gopis.
Mm.
Same words. I don't know when I'm going to do that. It's a long time desire for 10, 15 years old
Yeah,
project. It's happening.
Mhm.
Yeah, Suti Vyakhya. I always just go to the first verse and then say later, not now.
Mm.
It's happening like that. And it's very philosophically complicated. At the same time, surcharged with so much of rasa.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, Maharaj, we know that initially Dhruva Maharaj's motive was that he wanted a kingdom bigger than Brahmanda, his great grandfather's universe. And now he himself is praying here. Persons who worship you simply for the sense gratification of this bag of skin are certainly influenced by your illusory energy. In spite of having you, who are like a desire tree and are the cause of liberation from birth and death, foolish persons such as me desire benedictions from you for sense gratification, which is available even for those who live in hellish conditions. So he himself is saying that only foolish people would desire for anything materialistic. And then there is such transformation in his heart just in a short period of 6 months during this process of devotion that he performed, that now he is saying, my Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditating upon your lotus feet or hearing about your glories from pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far beyond the stage of Brahmananda, wherein one thinks himself merged in the impersonal Brahman as one with the Supreme. Since Brahmananda is also defeated by the transcendental bliss derived from devotional service, then what to speak of the temporary blissfulness of elevating oneself to the heavenly planets, which is ended by the separating sword of time? Although one may be elevated to the heavenly planets, he falls down in due course of time.
What you were talking about?
I was quoting 9th and 10th, Maharaj.
9, 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the subject matter of the entire Bhagavatam.
Mhm.
That is how bhakti is superior to mukti. Bhakti is superior to mukti. This has been the subject matter throughout the prayers of Bhagavatam, because when the devotee realizes the rasa, Krishna is raso vaisaha, Krishna is Akila Rasamrita Murti, then he expresses that this form of yours, which is because of the rasa, this form of yours, which is manifest because of the rasa, that is superior to Brahman. Brahman. Bhagavan is superior to Brahman.
Mhm.
If there are no devotees, then Bhagavan would be no Bhagavan, it would just be Brahman,
Mhm.
isn't it? So this concept that I am one with the Lord, that is actually lower, and to understand that I am a servant of Krishna, that is higher. So this is the subject matter which you find everywhere in the Bhagavatam.
Okay. And why is that pretty much in every single prayer, everybody ultimately comes to the point of asking, like here in the 11th verse, he's saying, Dhruva Maharaj continued, O unlimited Lord, kindly bless me so that I may associate with great devotees who engage in your transcendental loving service constantly as the waves of a river constantly flow. Such transcendental devotees are completely situated in an uncontaminated state of life. By the process of devotional service, I shall surely be able to cross the nascent ocean of material existence, which is filled with the waves of blazing fire like dangers. It will be very easy for me, for I am becoming mad, to hear about your transcendental qualities and pastimes, which are eternally existent. So, this is a running theme. Almost every prayer they say, I want association of your devotees wherever you send me, and I want to hear your glories. So, what is this? What is the greatness of Sadhu Sangha and Shravanam?
Dhruva Maharaj, he says, glorifying you becomes more effective and more relishable in association of devotees. Mm. Yes, your pastimes are sweet, but that sweetness becomes more sweeter when your association of devotees. So that is why I want to have association of devotees, so that I can continuously do this thing. Now, somebody may say that what about delivering yourself from the ocean of material existence? Mhm. So then Dhruva says, I'm not bothered about it.
Mm.
Because even though the terrible material existence is in front of me,
Mm.
uh, still I'm not affected by it, because I'm a drunkard. I've drunk what? The nectarian beverage of your pastimes.
Mm.
Mhm. Since I've drunk the nectarian beverage of your beverage of your pastimes, then this doesn't affect me, because this is nectar.
Mhm.
And how can death touch me? And the devotion actually is so powerful that I am you manifested in front of me. And since you manifested in front of me, what kind of suffering anybody can have? So I'm not praying for relieving myself from material existence. I'm just praying for association of devotees through whom I can constantly drink your your pastimes, description of your pastimes and qualities. That bhaktya sanjayate bhakti. So by association with devotees, bhakti increases. That is why I just want to drown myself in bhakti and not bothered about material existence anymore.
Beautiful. So we should also understand that actual Sadhu Sangha means hearing Krishna Katha in Sadhu Sangha.
Yes.
Okay. So, Maharaj, here Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in this whole section, he mentions that the Lord was thinking, this little boy does not know pure bhakti. Let me give him a taste. So, the Lord is thinking like this. He does not know about pure bhakti. Let me give him a taste. It's not like Dhruva Maharaj initially came thinking that I want to taste bhakti, but Krishna is still giving. So, if you can say a few words about Krishna's compassion, how no matter why you come, like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says four types of people come to me, whether if they're suffering or they're wanting some kind of artha and different jignasu out of curiosity and jnanis. But no matter why they come, as long as they come to Krishna, Krishna is so compassionate that he purifies their heart in the process and gives them the taste for the greatest. So, if you can say something about this.
Like a small kid trying to glorify Krishna, and he is Vyakula. Somehow he had a great desire to glorify Krishna. So then Krishna naturally reciprocates. It's because he's a person. Especially when a father sees a small kid trying to do something which is glorifying the father, or helping the father, helping the mother. Immediately then they become very happy, and then help that kid to do what that kid is doing, glorifying or doing some help or doing some activity. So this boy had no idea what is bhakti, nothing. He had just only one desire, that I want to be a king of a country which is more superior to be my father's grandfather and great grandfathers. So he had only one idea. He had no idea what is bhakti, what is pure devotion, nothing here. So seeing that Dhruva Maharaj is so determined to glorify him, so Krishna helps. That is why Dadaya Buddhiyogam Tam Yenama Upayanti Te. Yeah.
So, like this, Dhruva Maharaj continues to glorify, and in the last verse of his prayer, that is the 17th verse, my Lord, O Supreme Lord, you are the supreme personified form of all benediction. Therefore, for one who abides in your devotional service with no other desire, worshipping your lotus feet is better than becoming king and lording it over a kingdom. That is the benediction of worshipping your lotus feet. To ignorant devotees like me, you are the costlessly merciful maintainer, just like a cow who takes care of the newly born calf by supplying milk and giving it protection from attack. So this beautiful analogy, Maharaj, he's saying you are the costlessly merciful maintainer, just like a cow who takes care of the newly born calf by supplying milk and giving it protection from attack. So if you can enlighten us a little bit on this analogy that he's using.
Now Dhruva Maharaj is speaking these words in reply to a probable question by Krishna. Yes, my dear Dhruva Maharaj, please take what you were determined previously for. Because he was determined to get the result of a big kingdom. So now I am going to give you a big kingdom which is far superior to your father and grandfather and great grandfather. The result of the desire, what you had previously, you're determined to achieve. Take it. Then Dhruva Maharaj says, oh, I don't want it anymore. I just want that only the sweetness of your qualities be manifest in my heart. So what else can be a better benediction than serving your lotus feet? It is far superior to any kingdom in this world. And what is the use of all those blessings? You are the Supreme Lord Himself. And for those who worship with material desires, they are actually fools. And actually I'm a fool. And if you give what I desired, then you will become a bigger fool. I am a fool. But why are you giving me something which is dangerous for me? No, you're a small boy. You don't know. Yes, you're doing bhakti, but still you require a big kingdom. That is what you came with the desire. That is the desire you had. So then he says that um, Dhruva gives the example of the milk, of this cow and milk. What does the cow do? Lord is like the cow. What does the cow do? It gives milk to the calf and protects the calf from all the different animals in the jungle. Similarly, O Lord, you should give me the milk. What is that milk? The milk of Prema Bhakti. Bhakti at your lotus feet. And the material desires are like the wolves. They are like the tigers and the lions, which are going to destroy the calf. So you want to destroy me? Don't destroy me with instigating such stupid desires, which I previously had. I just only want milk. I am your calf, you are my cow. You protect me from the desires of the material existence, which are like wolves, which are like tigers, and give me only milk, like the cow would do to a calf.
Wonderful. So although he's praying like that, I guess it's too late. So Krishna is going to give him far more than what he asked for. So I'm jumping to the 19th verse. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Vedaham te vyavasitam hridi rajanya balaka tat prayachami bhadram te durapam api suvrata. The personality of Godhead said, My dear Dhruva, son of the king, you have executed pious vows. And I also know the desire within your heart. Although your desire is very ambitious and very difficult to fulfill, I shall favor you with its fulfillment. All good fortune unto you. So Maharaj, the Lord is telling, I also know the desire within your heart. So forget about asking Krishna, even just desiring. So Krishna is sitting within the heart. So we have to be so careful because he knows everything regardless of whether we ask or not. Isn't it, Maharaj?
Yeah, Krishna says, you see, you had a desire and the desire was very powerful, therefore I am going to fulfill the desire. Then he says, are you not going to give me prema? Don't worry about it. You will get that also. Both you will get.
Yeah.
Both you will get. In this way, Dhruva Maharaj got both. Of course, somebody may ask the question, why did Krishna give the desire of material desire of this Dhruva Maharaj? There are two very important reasons for it. One is for the sadhaka. That is, while performing sadhana, if you have some material desires, then be careful. They will lead you, they become obstruction for you to attaining Krishna prema. Even though you attain Krishna prema, to release that prema, you have to wait for some time. That is why there are some anarthas called sukrutotha anartha. Anarthas which are because of sukrutis. The previously performed pious activities, they also become an obstruction for attaining Krishna prema. What does even previously performed sin also becomes an obstruction for attaining Krishna prema.
Okay.
So this is the sadhakas to be very careful. On the other hand, this whole prasanga of Dhruva Maharaj is to tell to the entire world the glory of my devotee. In spite of having a big kingdom, the whole enjoyment of being the king, my devotee is not affected by it. So Krishna, he used two small kids, one is Dhruva, other is Prahlad, to prove that in spite of they being the king, small kids, but still they became the king of the entire world. But the enjoyment of the kingdom did not affect their devotion. To prove to world, the greatness of devotion, the greatness of the devotee. So he put Prahlad and Dhruva into a test in which they passed.
Mhm.
So in the Bhagavatam also you'll find many of the places when the gopis they surrendered to Krishna and Krishna played the flute. So Krishna, hey, why did you come? Go back. It's night time. Your parents are searching for you. Don't give them trouble. And worshipping the husband, serving the husband is the best dharma. Should go. Gopis did not go. So in this way, by speaking such words and making the gopis sing Pranaya Gita, Krishna was testing the gopis' love for him. Prema Pariksha. And the gopis passed the Prema Pariksha. And through that, Krishna showed to the entire world the greatness of the gopis' love for him.
Mm.
Same way when Krishna, he was telling Draupadi, now he should be killed. Arjuna, kill him. Draupadi said, no, Ashwatthama should not be killed. So Krishna, by telling Arjuna to kill Ashwatthama, he is actually doing the Dharma Pariksha of Arjuna. As Arjuna passed and Krishna showed to the entire world that how my devotee is so much fixed up in Dharma. Here also, Bhakti Pariksha is going on and of Dhruva Maharaj. And through that Pariksha, Krishna wants to show to the entire world how my devotee is not disturbed by any of the material enjoyments in this world. So these are the two reasons.
Okay. I want to come to that Bhakti Pariksha a little bit more, but I'll just quote few benedictions given by the Lord. So I'm quoting 20 and 21st slokas. The Supreme Personality of Godhead continued, my dear Dhruva, I shall award you the glowing planet known as the pole star, which will continue to exist even after the dissolution at the end of the millennium. No one has ever ruled this planet, which is surrounded by all the solar systems, planets, and stars. All the luminaries in the sky circumambulate this planet just as bulls tread around the central pole for the purpose of crushing grains. Keeping the pole star to their right, all the stars inhabited by the great sages like Dharma, Agni, Kashyapa, and Shukra circumambulate this planet, which continues to exist even after the dissolution of all others. After your father goes to the forest and awards you the rule of his kingdom, you will rule continuously the entire world for 36,000 years, and all your senses will continue to be as strong as they are now. You will never become old. The Lord continued, sometime in the future, your brother Uttama will go hunting in the forest, and while absorbed in hunting, he will be killed. Your stepmother Suruchi, being maddened upon the death of her son, will go to search him out in the forest, but she will be devoured by a forest fire. The Lord continued, I am the heart of all sacrifices. You will be able to perform many great sacrifices and also give great charities. In this way, you will be able to enjoy the blessings of material happiness in this life, and at the time of your death, you will be able to remember me. The personality of Godhead continued, my dear Dhruva, after your material life in this body, you will go to my planet, which is always offered obeisances by the residents of all other planetary systems. It is situated above the planets of the seven rishis, and having gone there, you will never have to come back again to this material world. So Krishna, when he gives, he just gives like nobody else can give. He is the greatest of the givers. So Maharaj, when you said Bhakti Pariksha, so I'm not able to recollect that shloka. Maybe you will be able to. So Prabhupada, in Prabhupada Lilamrita also this comes, and I think somewhere in 10th canto, that when Krishna especially favors someone, he will take away everything from them, leaving nothing but only Krishna himself. So Krishna, although he does Bhakti Pariksha, looks like for some he does Bhakti Pariksha in the case of Dhruva, like giving him everything and testing him. But devotees like Prabhupada, taking away everything from him. Of course, for Prabhupada also later he gave, but for a good amount of like 40 years, he was just going on taking away, where Prabhupada is recollecting this shloka. So when does he give and test, and when does he take away and test?
Whatever Krishna does is to test the devotee externally, but ultimately the test is meant to glorify the devotee.
Okay.
Like a a small boy or a school boy, the school or the government conducts examination. It's a test. So what is the test meant for? Externally, it is for testing him, whether
Yeah.
he's qualified or not. Right? Internally, it is actually meant to tell the entire world, yes, he's qualified.
Mm.
So whatever Krishna does, it is actually a test. One has to be prepared to pass the test. And test comes in different ways. In the first way Krishna tests is by taking away things. Yasyaham anugrahanami harishye tadhanam shanaihi. On whomever I become especially merciful, what I do, harishye tadhanam, first he takes away. To show to the entire world, just see, in spite of I taking away everything, but his devotion is steadfast.
Mm.
The first test. And then the second test is what? In spite of I giving everything to my devotee, all the enjoyment, he is not bothered about it.
Mm.
It has been seen that the materialistic people, they come to Krishna when they are in suffering. And when they come to Krishna, they become devotees. And they are there. And after some time, they become Pakka devotees. They are so happy that, oh, I became a devotee. But when miseries come, when difficulties come, they give up devotion. You took up devotion because of your suffering. And later on, when you became a devotee sadhaka, when miseries come, you gave up devotion.
Mm.
It has, this been my observation,
Mhm.
that most of the devotees are artho artharthi. They came because of the extreme suffering. Somehow they came to temple. And they got associated with devotees. Then somehow everything became fine. They were practicing. And all of a sudden something happens. And you call them, why are you not coming to temple? Oh, I'm suffering so much. That is why I'm not able to come to temple. Arey, the very fact that you came to temple was because you were suffering.
Yeah.
So that is the first step. After you become a devotee, the first test is Harishe Tadhanam, to check whether this person is really devoted to me
Mm.
or is he devoted to his comfortable life.
Mm. That's good. Yeah.
So then, in spite of this, his devotion is becoming strong and strong in spite of all the miseries, all the suffering. Then Krishna says, yes, yes, I'll give him one more test. Then he gives so much of enjoyment, so much of following, so much of, but still unaffected.
Mm.
There are two levels of test.
Yeah. Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada passed both the levels of test.
Yeah. Gloriously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Wonderful. Very nice explanation, Maharaj. Okay. So, moving forward, Maharaj, later here, this whole section, how Dhruva Maharaj is regretting, and this is narrated by Maitreya Muni to Vidura. So, in this context, I just want to quote the shloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 22, shloka 42. स्थानाभिलाषी तपसि स्थितोऽहम् त्वां प्राप्तवान् देवमुनीन्द्र गुह्यम् काचं विचिन्वन् अपि दिव्यरत्नम् स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्मि वरं न याचे. When he was being blessed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Dhruva Maharaj said, "O my Lord, because I was seeking an opulent material position, I was performing severe types of penance and austerity. Now I have gotten you, who are very difficult for the great demigods, saintly persons, and kings to attain. I was searching after a piece of glass, but instead I have found a most valuable jewel. Therefore, I am so satisfied that I do not wish to ask any benediction from you." So, what a beautiful, beautiful line. that he says, I was searching after a piece of glass, but instead I have found a most valuable jewel. So if you can say something about overall the theme of Dhruva Maharaj regretting what he asked for and ultimately what he ended up getting.
Yeah, Dhruva Maharaj's regret starts from verse number 30 onwards.
Mhm.
So he says that I have fallen down from my position because of having desires. Ma shairaham sadbhir amushya padayoh chayam upeya pagataha matihi.
The video is off, Maharaj.
My video got off.
Yeah.
1 minute. Video is on only.
No, now it came on. Earlier it was on.
So it's off.
Now it's on, Maharaj. You can continue.
So, so he says, it is my foolishness. My desires have made a fool out of him. They have made a fool out of me. I fell down from the position. After doing so much of tapasya, I got the lotus feet of Krishna. And now, what is happening? I fell down because of the desires. I would have gone back home, back to Godhead. But Krishna did not take me back to Godhead because my mind was engrossed in thinking of something else, thinking something material. Pritam matihi, because of Pritam matihi, my Lord did not take me and he is repenting. And he says, I'm a fool, I'm an unfortunate person. Aho vada mamanatmyam amanatmyan mandabhagyasya pashyata. See this fool, pashyata, see this fool. Bhavachcheda padam moolam. I got Bhavachcheda padam moolam. I attained the moola, lotus feet of Krishna, which is Bhavachcheda. Then Gatvayache yadanyataha antavat. I actually went to get something which is antavat, which has got some end to things that is material. My fault is this, that I prayed to attain what I had vowed, and it is temporary. So he goes on. Atma Bharsana means Atmaninda. My intelligence is bewildered. Actually, it is not me. The Devatas, they cheated me.
Yeah.
Devatas came and then they cheated me. See, Narada told that, see, you are very young. Do not consider the words of your stepmother very seriously. But I did not pay regards to Narada's advice. I have taken shelter of Maya. And I became envious of my own brother. It is actually a dream. Actually, I and my brother both are actually jivas, and I envied my own brother because of my ignorance. In this way it goes on. Every verse is actually repentance of the sankalpa which he took of having material desires, fulfilling material desires.
So Maharaj, in our own case, desires is not something we can always control. Some are conscious desires, some are unconsciously coming. So is there anywhere a cross button that we can cancel it? Oh no, I thought of it, but I don't want it now, because Dhruva, he wanted to cancel it, but Krishna still ended up giving him.
Yes.
We
You
can.
cannot cancel.
We cannot.
They cannot cancel. So engage our desires in Krishna's service.
Oh.
So pray to Krishna that in spite of I have material desires, please don't consider them to be very serious. You can pray for it. You can have a desire to get rid of these desires.
Can you please repeat that, Mara? You can have a desire to get rid of the desires?
You can have a desire to get rid of these desires.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, Maharaj, what follows is, in the interest of time, I'm not actually quoting all the shlokas here, but just in a gist. So, Dhruva Maharaj comes back after regretting the whole thing, but of course, he's had this wonderful divine revelation. He's seen the Lord face to face, and he gets this royal welcome reception. So, Suruchi, by this time, she has a change of heart. She is quite affectionate towards Dhruva, and Dhruva also has absolutely no malice towards her. He pays obeisances, she blesses, and all these things. But however, Uttama is killed by a yaksha, and eventually Suruchi is also devoured in a forest fire. So when Suruchi actually insulted Dhruva, he was not a devotee at all. But now, just in a quick span of time, he became such a glorious devotee. So what can we learn from this? So the karmic effect, once done, it is done, isn't it, Maharaj? Although you may change your heart later, you repent for it later, whatever, but still it is going to come.
Yes, because of offending a devotee, you are definitely bound to face reactions for it, in spite of the devotee forgiving. It is said that a devotee may forgive the offense, but the dust of the lotus feet of the devotee doesn't forgive the offense.
What does that mean?
The dust of the lotus feet of the devotee, that doesn't forgive the offense. The devotee may forgive. A devotee generally are forgiving, so they forgive the offense. Yeah. So offenses, the results have to be faced. There is no way that you can escape.
Okay.
There's no escape. So she faced the offenses which she did to Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj forgave, but material nature doesn't forgive.
Yeah. Okay. So what follows is a beautiful description of the city and the palace. And then after that, Uttanapada, he retires. And why does he retire before even getting his son Dhruva Maharaj married? He enthrones him on the palace, enthrones him to the royal kingdom, and then he just leaves to the forest.
That is a benediction which he got, Dhruva Maharaj. Now he knew Dhruva Maharaj is qualified. He just enthroned him and just left. That's all.
So
when you find your son qualified, then leave.
Very nice. And this is also a theme later we'll see. Many kings, as soon as the time is ripe, they are eagerly waiting to leave and engage themselves fully in Krishna consciousness.
Yes.
So Maharaj, overall, what is the takeaway from Dhruva Maharaj's prayers and what follows as the Lord's benedictions?
The takeaways are many, but one of the important takeaways is Dhruva, be determined to attain Krishna. And Dhruva means determination. So that's the takeaway.
And any 2 to 3 things that we can consciously do to build our determination muscle, the willpower muscle, and become stronger?
See, determination comes by tapasya.
Okay.
So one has to fix the vows. It may be a small vow, but in spite of any difficulty, just follow that. Be determined about small things. Take small steps. If you start doing that, you can go on increasing that. That's how you become determined. Especially when you are very clear about what you want to attain. When you have extensive desire to attain that thing, then you become more determined. That is why one has to hear about the Prayojana Tattva. You hear about Prayojana Tattva, then become more determined.
A long time ago, I don't even recall which lecture of yours, but somewhere I was very deeply inspired by what you had said. So generally, we think I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. We have to change our mindset. And you said start setting small goals. Like, okay, in this 1 week, I'm going to memorize this, or this 1 week, I'm going to do this particular seva, things like that. So you said start setting goals like that, and you see how adventurous and exciting your whole life will become. So I want to hear a little bit more on that in terms of when you're talking about determination, how we can still be goal oriented in spiritual life also.
Goal oriented in spiritual life is by having objective oriented. I don't know, in my textbook in management, they had spoken about goals and objectives.
Mhm.
So when you have the goals very clear, to achieve that goals, you need to have some objectives.
Mhm.
Objectives are those which are to do things.
Yes.
Basic to do things are getting up early in the morning, chanting 16 rounds, reading Bhagavatam. Um, so all the things happen when you are determined to get up early in the morning.
Mm.
If that is not there, very difficult to actually uh, complete our determined objectives.
Mm.
So getting up early in the morning, that's the only key. If you're determined to get up early in the morning,
Mm.
then all other things fall in place.
Mm.
But if you're not getting up early in the morning, everything goes heavy.
Yeah.
So at least have one goal that I should get up early in the morning.
Mm.
And early in the morning depends on your position. If you're in a temple, of course, you are supposed to get up early in the morning, 4 o'clock, 4:30, Mangalarti, sharp, everything.
Mm.
But if you're at home, then you had to set something for yourself
Yeah.
according to your position. But it should not be no later than sunrise.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
That's the thing.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Very nice. Okay, so Maharaj, moving on to the Brahmastra segment, we had done a similar theme in the past, but I racked my brain enough, and Krishna didn't reveal any new ideas. So, given that today we discussed about Dhruva Maharaj's prayers, I'm going to have a similar theme again. So, in the context of prayers, especially in Bhagavatam, so many amazing prayers are going to come. And as we had discussed earlier, there are unique flavor for each of those prayers. So, I'm just going to highlight about a dozen different prayers. So, in a line or two, if you can just bring out the essence, the uniqueness of that prayer. So, the very first one, from one 5-year-old boy to another 5-year-old devotee, the great Prahalad Maharaj.
Pure devotional service presented at its best for the sadhakas.
Okay. What about Prutu Maharaj?
In spite of you having so many big responsibilities, the desire should be only to have a greed to hear about Krishna.
Mm.
I want thousands of years
Yeah.
so that I can hear.
Mm.
He's a king.
Mm.
All these kingship responsibility. Okay, I just have to do for the sake of doing all these things.
Mm.
Administration, temple administration, that meeting people, preaching, all these things. But these are okay, it has to be done for the sake of doing.
Mm.
And also it requires Krishna's blessing, everything. But ultimately, the real essence of desire is to have a greed to hear about Krishna. That's all.
And who else asked for millions of years? Rupa Goswami, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Gajendra's prayers.
Gajendra's prayers. Mhm. He says, "Oh Lord, I am not a pure devotee.
Mhm.
First, relieve me from this pain."
Uh,
Humble. They're all great people, but I'm some special.
mm.
First, relieve me from this pain.
Yeah.
That was the desire. That was the prayer. Gajendra.
Nice. You mentioned this prayer today in today's class, the prayers of the Vedas personified.
Oh, I can only pay obeisances from far.
Maybe the Lord will touch the conch shell on your head also, and everything will get downloaded.
I'm waiting for the day.
Next, Brahma's prayers after the Brahma Vimohana Leela.
This is a very special prayer of Brahma after realizing that Krishna's sweetness is superior to his opulence.
Nice. What about Indra's prayers after the Govardhana Leela?
Indra will not change.
Will not change. You're making that bold statement. He will not.
He'll be Indra only. Indra will always be Indra.
Okay.
In spite of all the prayers, just see what happened.
Yeah.
Of course, Krishna was happy with Indra, but Indra will be Indra.
Yes. Next, Bhishma Pitamaha's prayers.
Very surprising. On the battlefield, lying on the bed of arrows, he's thinking of gopis, pastime with Krishna.
Yeah.
He's looking at the blood coming out of Krishna's body and thinking of what Krishna's intimate pastime, the gopis scratching their nails on Krishna's body in their intimate loving affairs.
Yeah.
Something out of the world.
Yeah. Amazing. Next, Garbhastuti.
The stuti of the baby in the womb of the mother.
Yeah.
That's
Devaki, yeah. All the Devatas prayers.
sometimes Garbhastuti also refers to Krishna in the womb and then the Devatas. That also sometimes it is removed.
Okay.
So this stuti is very interesting, where this stuti is done by a devotee who is in the Garbha. Not everybody, not every baby does the stuti.
So Maharaj,
So
I meant all the Devatas praying to Devaki when Krishna was in her womb. Those prayers. That is what I mean.
that is the thing. Okay,
Yeah.
you meant that.
Yeah.
Krishna is in the womb of Devaki and all the Devatas
All the
coming in.
Devatas coming in.
Oh, that all the Devatas coming and praying to Krishna, that is to establish Krishna is Satya. Satyavratam, Satyaparam, Satyam. To show that Krishna's body is transcendental. They want to remove all the misconceptions which people have about Krishna's birth. Krishna Tattva and Bhakti Tattva are spoken by the Devatas even before Krishna's appearance, when Krishna was in the womb.
Kunti Devi's prayers?
Oh. So, every day one should chant those prayers every day. Because we are also in a situation of Kunti Devi. Most of us are in a position of everywhere trouble. People, yes, all around, everybody around you is just meant to make your life a mess. That's how the world is designed, especially in the age of Kali.
Yeah.
Nobody actually is bothered about you. Kunti, who cared for her? Tell me. Nobody. Everybody want to make him and give only trouble to her. That's all. So the world is designed in such a way. Your parents are troubling you. Your wife is troubling you. Your husband is troubling you. Your friends are troubling you. Your neighbors are troubling you. Your boss is troubling you. Your colleagues are troubling you. What else you can do? Raise your hand and chant Kunti's prayers.
Nice, very nice. Rukmini Devi's prayers are rather a love letter, but still can be considered prayers.
It is another determination, something. Yeah, she says, Shatajanma Visyat. Nobody will touch my body. I'll only attain you. Krishna says, if I don't come next life also, I'll give up my body. Again, next life I'll do tapasya. Hundreds of years, this body belongs to you. That's the another determination at a different level.
Yes, absolutely.
Dhruva Maharaj determination of 6 months. This is
Hundreds of lifetimes.
different level.
Yeah. Bali Maharaj's prayers.
Bali Maharaj's prayers are sarcastic prayers. Oh Lord, oh. You have bound me and give the position to Indra. And people are thinking that you are merciful to Indra and you bound me, you cheated me. Actually, Lord, you cheated Indra.
Yeah.
People are saying, oh, Bali Maharaj was cheated by Krishna, and you are also thinking, you cheated me. Actually, you did not cheat me, you cheated Indra. You gave some stupid thing to Indra, like a crow. Indra is like a crow. He got some dirt called, some kachada called Swarga. But you bound me with prema.
Wow. Saving the best
Full
for
of
the
sarcasm.
last. Full of sarcasm.
Yes, full. Yeah, transcendent sarcasm, loving sarcasm.
So saving the best for the last, Maharaj, you give courses after courses on this Gopi Gita.
Gopi Gita. The last word is especially important. It says, we are suffering in separation from you, Krishna. We described our suffering. But this is not the real suffering. The real suffering is that you are suffering because when you dance with that, you did not were not wearing chappals. Without padukas, you are going around. Now, our suffering is that thorns and the pebbles and the stones are piercing your feet. So keep your feet out of breath. Forget about our suffering. Anyway, we are meant to suffer. Anybody comes in association and you suffer only. Na? So that's accepted. But real suffering, that you are suffering for our sake. You are suffering to give suffering to us. Why you do that? Tell me.
Wow. So just this last 3-4 sentences you said was like full of like so many contradicting things. Your suffering, our suffering is amazing. So thank you so much, Maharaj, as always. You say that the prayers are the essence of every single pastime, and we are so immensely blessed to have your association and hear from you that you are giving the essence of those prayers, which is the essence of the pastime. And no matter where you are, you're always taking the time out week after week, whether it's early morning, late evening, whenever, and bringing out these gems of podcast episodes. So very, very grateful to you. Thank you so much, Maharaj. So
I'm in Hazirabad in Jharkhand.
Okay.
And it is just an hour's drive from the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made the animals dance.
Oh, wow.
The tiger and the deer was dancing together.
Yeah.
So I'm going there today after the Bhagavatam class. Now Bhagavatam class is starting, going there to have darshan on that place.
Jai. Amazing. Thank you, Maharaj. Wonderful. Nectarian. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, there we go. So, this was our brief discussion on the glorious prayers of Dhruva Maharaj and how lovingly, gloriously the Lord reciprocated. So, please go through this chapter in the interest of time. We've just touched here and there. So, next week, when we come back, we are going to get on to this battleground scene where Dhruva Maharaj wants to avenge the death of his brother Uttama. So, he's going to go and fight with Yakshas. So, what is going to be the outcome of that battle? We will find out next Saturday. Until then, take care, and as always, stay inquisitive and stay Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.